All right. So Gloria Asare, Head of Pricing for Canada at AXA XL and volunteer with the International Association of Black Actuaries, is my guest on today's CCA Emerging Leaders interview series. So we've talked a little bit about what IABA is, its mission, its goals, some of the programs that it has. Let's talk about some actual case studies. Can you give us some examples of how IABA has benefited Black actuaries?
Yes, definitely. I would say that it's been on so many different levels. Firstly, we literally have members who would have not even entered the profession or dropped out of the profession if not for IABA. I'm really pleased in thinking about some of the members I work with in Toronto who are serving on our committee have said that if not for having a local affiliate, they may not have even been an actuary or considered it or thought it was for them. Um, I think the huge thing that AIBA does is we spread awareness on such a large scale in North America about the challenges that actuaries face. We had our former president, Tanisha Magruder, at the virtual annual meeting last year, talk about her personal experiences with racism, traveling on a trip, on a work trip, everyone agreeing to get their bags from the same spot, everyone else except everyone changing plans and not letting her know, and her showing up and wondering where everyone is. Everyone had gone to lunch without her and forgot to tell her, hey, we're going to lunch. Like having a means for our members to share their personal stories on a large level across the country or across North America, it's just it benefits every single Black member that whose company is touched by the IABA in some way. We also have members who have literally experienced racism, whether it's in the workplace or in their daily lives, and they have a place to come and speak to about it. A lot of times when a member experiences some level of racism, the first thought isn't, is that person racist? Was that intentional? What it takes a lot of thought, and you look at the actions that happen, and then you're like, I think I'm being single. I don't think that others are being treated this way. Having a sounding board in terms of other people to speak to and get confirmation, like, yeah, that's not normal, or no, this is what you should be doing, this is what you should be thinking. Having that sense of direction, all of that are really great ways that the IABA has had a lot of impact. And that's just outside of the financial benefits from getting a scholarship or some of the other programs that I spoke about.
And I really like what you talked about, even we've touched on this in a couple of the other segments, but just the building awareness of the profession among potential actuaries. Because IABA does stuff at the university level in addition to working with candidates that have already started to take exams, right?
Mhm. Yep, at the university level, in some cases we're trying the high school level as well. It is trickier at that level, but there is a need for it too, because again, just the earlier they hear about it, the more likely they are to stick it through. If you're hearing about the profession when you're 25, maybe getting married next year and kids are coming down the line a few short years later, the chances of you becoming a fellow at the end of that is incredibly different compared to if upon entering university, you know, I want to be an actuary, and you're already graduating with 3 or 4 exams.
Yeah, we obviously would be ideal, especially for someone starting out. So in thinking about the services, the success story, all of that, how can people support IABA and its mission going forward? What are the opportunities there? And maybe we can break it down into the opportunities for individuals and opportunities for employers.
Sure. So I would say that there are many ways to support IABA. In terms of employers, I would first suggest that you send well, when we're in person again, you do pay for your members to go and attend the IABA annual meeting. The cost really is not that much, not as much as an SOA conference or a CAS conference. I'll just throw that in there. Um, so that's definitely one. And then I would say again, our recommendations, guidelines document to really take a look at it and analyze your company against it. I would say to look to form long-lasting relationships and partnerships with the IABA, because it's a lot of times we do get a lot of financial donations to our cause, but it is beyond the money. We are interested in literally helping you as an organization be a better place where diverse talent is able to work and be successful working there. Those are some of my recommendations for employers. And then in terms of individuals, I would say that there are a number of things too, some of which I do cover in that article that I'll share the link with you too. But then just to firstly educate yourself, and in terms of being a better ally, to seek to be not just to seek to be anti-racist, where it's not just like, oh, I don't think I'm actively contributing to the system, but rather like, how can I really think about how the system is negatively impacting certain people and take a specific stance or action that will help prevent or reduce that. On a really light level, you can just be more open to the colleagues you meet. You can be more open to reaching out to people who don't look like you, who you wouldn't have thought of reaching out to before. Studies have shown that individuals who have a diverse personal network, you have friends who are Black or Latinx or whatever it is, are more likely to be supportive of DE&I issues because you already have a natural means of understanding some of the challenges that those groups face.
And then for people that want to become members of IABA, what's the best way to go about that?
It's really easy. On our website, you can sign up for the appropriate membership level, depending on whether you're a student or a recruiter or what your particular background is. Well, we do have a free membership option that's available there too. I do forget off the top of my head exactly like how you qualify for that, but we do have a range of different membership fees, which again are much cheaper than the CAS or the SOA fees.
And yeah, I can attest to that, having recently paid my membership dues, and they're ones that the level, even for a fully credentialed actuary that just wants to support IABA, have access to some of the resources through the organization. It's something that I think most people would find they would be comfortable even paying out of pocket as opposed to getting reimbursed from their employer. It's the cost is nominal. And again, for those of you that are joining with us live, we've dropped the link to the membership application into the chat feature, so you can click on that as well. All right, well, thanks, Gloria, for that.